everybody, it's Aquila, and this is Lefty Knitter Podcast, episode 114. Today is April 26th, and it's a Monday. I'm actually recording on a Monday. Yay! You can find me at all the links down below in the down bar. You know, Instagram, Ravelry, etc., yada yada. This is a podcast where I record throughout my week, and then I lump it all together and post it usually on Saturdays. I try to keep it around 30 to 45 minutes. Sometimes I throw in other crafts, mostly knitting and crochet, but last week I had some surprises. Thank you to everybody who was like, oh, the owl pellets, that was kind of cool, and, you know, just doing something a little different. I have a 5-year-old, I have a 22-year-old, and I have a husband who acts like 5-year-old. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. And then we have 3 cats. So there could always be a surprise thrown in, you know? Like, I didn't get to take pictures of out back, but yesterday, I'm glad I didn't, because yesterday we went to the store and bought some new pots and plants, and it was very exciting. And we moved the bird feeder, and the birds are very confused. Usually I see them out this window and they don't know what's happening. John decided he wanted to grow some vegetables again. We're going to do a few in pots, and then he turned the front garden, which he usually does as lavender, into a vegetable garden. But he will probably talk more about that on his show, which is on this channel, Johnny Bo Dies. He has not put out an episode in has it been 2 weeks now? I don't even know. Schedules have been a little hectic, and I just want to thank everybody for understanding, because, you know, life just gets in the way. The next month is going to be busy again. Ugh. I'm going to continue to try to do mine, because I do record through the week. I might have a little bit to show, but it might not be a lot to show, so just bear with us. You know, thank you to all the new subscribers that have joined, and thank you to everyone who comes back every week and watches us and comments and just uplifts us, because that really is what all of this is about, correct? Is making friendships and connections with people. Yeah. I started a new project last, so let me preface this. I've owned my home for 10 years. More than 10 years. I've had a plant hanger in this room, in that window. Guess what is never hung on it? A plant. Guess what was usually hanging on it? A Buddha wind chime. I decided, finally, I want a plant hanging there. So I got, and I might be pronouncing this wrong, so plant people, please correct me. I think it's a pothos, P-Y-T-H-O-S. I think that's like the genre of these plants, but I am pretty sure they're kind of a hardy plant, and I won't so much kill it really easily. But let me tell you what I did last night for this little plant of mine. It's sitting right here. I watch Michael from Piece for Piece Crafting. So if you've never watched him, you should go watch his YouTube channel. I will put the link down below. He has such good energy, y'all. Such good energy. I love watching him. I'm actually in the middle of his latest podcast, and I had to record because I'm at lunch, and I'm going to get back to it once I log back into work and have that playing on my... Yeah, I love watching him. So a few episodes ago, I'm not even sure how many, he made some plant hangers. Now, he didn't like the typical like ones I guess you see are like macrame. Well, I don't know how to do macrame, and I mean, I could put something else on my craft resume, but maybe one day, not today. So he had crocheted 1 or 2, I don't even remember. And he sent me the link for it, and the link that he sent me, I believe, was on Yarnspirations. I'll link his link down below also, and then I'll link the one that I used, just so you have more than one option. Now this, I think, said it was for a 6-inch pot. I think my pot's a little bigger than 6 inches. And that's okay. Because now that I have done it once, which this might actually get taken out and redone. I've done it once. I know that I understand the construction. The pattern, I can't say was written the greatest. It was free. I'm not gonna sit here and complain or bash the designer. I just feel like maybe my novice crochet skills, because I feel like my crocheting, I shouldn't say I'm a intermediate beginner, or what would you consider that? I am not a beginner, but I am not like, I don't feel like I fall in the middle. I feel like I'm closer to the middle and not closer to being a newbie. With that said, now that I understand the construction of what I made, I can do this again better, and then I can also alter it to make it fit a bigger pot. That is my plan. I plan to hopefully make a few of these for presents because I think they're really cool. And also John was like, why didn't you put like a ring on it? I was like, well, it called for a ring. I didn't have a ring, and I was doing this at 8 o'clock last night because I wanted to. So because I didn't have the ring, I think that kind of threw me off on what was the beginning and the end of the strappies. Let's just show you. I used this. I ripped out a project just recently. It was a cabled scarf that I was never going to finish. So I ripped this yarn out and I used this yarn. And I have more of it. This is Woolies by Lion Brand. It might not focus in. And it is all kinked up from being in a project. This is the colorway Mushroom. I think that is a good colorway name, y'all. Mushroom. Okay. So I didn't put the ring at the top like you're supposed to. I just knotted it. I knotted all my ties together. And I think I did too many rounds at the bottom, which is perfectly okay. I did too many rounds at the bottom for the like decreases. I didn't need to go that far because now it kind of looks like a nipple. It's okay. You have a little nipple. I could probably push it up. Again, yeah, I can push it up. Again, it's the first time I've made it, and I didn't quite understand the construction at first, and now that I understand it, I should probably name my plant. Hazel got a plant. She's like, I want a plant for my room. And, oh, let me finish. I used, it recommended a 4mm, which is a G, and here we go. Like I said, it definitely could have had another round of this first netting, which is okay. It's fine. Perfectly fine. It holds my plant, and it hasn't fallen. I won't let you fall. Okay. Hazel wanted a plant. I can't say I have the best green thumb for plants, for flowery plants. Luckily, my neighbor Monique, she loves plants. She loves flowers. She propagates flowers. She does all the fun things like that that I don't do. So if I need any help, I'm going to be going to her. Hazel picked out an African violet. I don't want to kill it. I'll feel really bad. So I need to do a little reading on African violets because I've actually never, I think I've only had one in my whole life. And I think I kept it alive for a decent amount of time, but it never reflowered, and that's where we stand with African violet. It's pretty, it's cute, and we have it in a pot in her room, which doesn't get a ton of sunlight, which I know is like better for it. And this is pretty hardy and doesn't need a ton of sunlight either. I do better with vegetable plants. All right. Well, on that note, I've watched a ton of people making the Vertices Unite, and I've always wanted to make it, and I own that pattern. I drew out a sketch of what the shawl looks like. That is by Stephen West, if you don't know. I drew out a little sketch. I wrote down like the color A, B, C, D on my little thing, and I'm gonna be going through yarn soon and picking that out. Oh, the plant hanger. I didn't mention. I have a sticky note. It's called, so this is on Ravelry. It's called Small Plant Hanger, but I believe the pattern was from another site, so I'll make sure I put that link down below. And her name, their name, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't gender identify. I did that last episode. Sarahfay, all one word, Lucy, designs, and it's a crochet project. Small Plant Hanger. Again, I'll list the one that Michael had recommended. He sent it directly in my Instagram messages, so I will find that and post that down below also. So I want to make a few of these, I think, for presents, because I think there'd be a few people that would like them. Maybe. All right. That's it. That's all we got. Well, that's all I got right now. Till the next clip. Hey everybody, it is Wednesday the 28th of April. I don't have anything new to show you. I have gotten progress on one thing, but I'll wait to show you that. I should finish it today though, because then I could block it, because it's really nice out. We have all the windows open. Just saying. So I have been wanting to make Vertices Unite by Stephen West. I've seen so many people make it, and then recently it's been like circulating in the podcasting world. I just saw the Cozy Up Knits girls all do one and surprise their sister that they cast on. I've always wanted to do one. I think I've always been intimidated because, I don't know, you're using 5 different skeins of yarn. Now you're not using all of those skeins, so you're going to have scraps left over, and scraps were always kind of intimidating to me. I didn't want to have stuff left over. I wanted to use every inch of all my yarn. I have to get over that, and I have sort of semi-gotten over that. But I group messaged some of my crafty podcasting ladies, and we were all like picking out colors yesterday. I haven't cast on, but I'm going to make the large one. I think everybody in the group is making the large one. So here's who's doing it with me. Ready? Lisa from Knit All the Yarn, Amy from Happy Little Yarn, and Andrea the Cat Lady. So if you haven't checked out those ladies yet, you should really check them out. I'm excited to do this. This is going to be very informal, like for us to do it together. I'll probably be the slowest one ever. That's okay. I have other stuff I really should be getting done first, but I drew out my diagram last night. So, so if anybody else wants to like informally make one too, that would be fun. And then you could tag all of us on Instagram and be like, hey, Vertices Unite. Sorry, I don't know. I just had to clean up cat puke, you know, real life stuff. And I think I need to take my kitty again to the vet soon. Oh, bud, you even have puke on your face. I gotta clean him up. That's disgusting. He's just old, and we were giving him like IVs. Well, we weren't. I was taking him to get like just liquid in him. Poor thing. He's gross. I mean, I love him to death. Ugh, he's just getting old, aren't you, bud? I gotta get a napkin. I'll do that when I'm done. Don't look at his face. No, don't rub on me. Alright, pause. Let's just say he didn't like that very much. I didn't like that either. I didn't like cleaning it up. Sorry. Real life. Alright. I drew out like the diagram from the picture and I wrote down the yardage, although I'm casting on all new skeins, so I didn't really need the yardage amount, but I wanted to have an idea. I mean, I know I don't have to follow this. Like he says, mix A and B. I could mix A and E if I wanted to. I can do what I want, right? So, but I am going to follow it for the sake of it already being on the pattern saying A and B, so I know which one is what. So I have now picked out my 5 colors. I don't know if I can hold them all up at one time, but I will attempt. So it's going to go A at the top and B, C, D, E. A, B. Yeah, I said that right. A, B, C, D, E. This is not my normal color palette, although I have a lot of this color, apparently purples and pinks. And I lost one. Okay, so you mix A and B together in the first stripy section. So these are both Casual Fashion Queen. This is Sheena, and she's in Florida. And this is Yarn Barf and Howl's Bathroom, which I think is a show reference. I don't know what show reference. So I'm mixing these two together, A and B. And then you mix C and D. So I thought this would be really pretty. This is a Knit Picks. I think it's just a stroll. Yeah, Pansy Tonal and Nitty and Color, which I had another Nitty and Color and I was going to use it, but then I didn't. And the I actually bought that other one to go with this one, so I might still switch it out. So this is C and D, and these get striped together at some point, but I think that'll be really fun. And then you, at some point, mix, hold on, that's section 2. Section 3 is all by itself, and that's my last color, E. This is Oink Pigments. This was gifted to me, and this is Geode Road. So that is going to be a big block of color, and I think that'll be really pretty and subtle and not crazy. Although, I mean, I love outrageous kinds of things too. And the reason I switched out, this was D at some point, but I switched it to C. But I don't want one big section of this color. And it's really not big sections, because section 4 and section 6 are solid colors of B. So this will be, I think this will be really pretty as one solid block shape. And this is one, and I'm excited to see this knit up just by itself, not striped with something. So that's why I switched these two, because this used to be D and now it's C. And A and C eventually get striped, and I think this will be really cool because it's the two darkest ones I have. And I think that'll be really pretty striped together too. Because if this would have been C and this was D, then the reason that was another reason I switched it out, because I didn't want to stripe A and C together because they're not contrasty enough. See what I mean? That's why I was looking at all of this. And A, and this is now C. This is more contrasty, and that's why I switched it. So, ready? I'll hold them up again. This is A, and E is near my face. So there we go. I need to cake up this yarn. I think most of it, that's 80-20, 80-20. This is, I know, 75-25. What is Knitting Color? So this is Drunken Unicorn. I didn't say the name of this color. If you've not checked out Knitting Color, she comes to Maryland Sheep and Wool every year. Of course, we're not having it, but this is her hardcore sock base. This is a 75-25 also, and then this is a, this is a 90-10, but that's okay. It's in a shawl. I mean, I'm okay with that. I never realized. I guess 90-10. It's Oink Pigment sock, 10% nylon. I don't see a whole lot of 90-10. Is 90-10 just something that people don't usually buy? I don't know. Okay. Talked a lot about that. My oldest daughter was like, ooh, I like your plant holder. Looking at it. Can I have 2? And I was like, yes. And I initially wanted to make some for her, but I knew I wanted to test run it first. So she asked if she could have one in black. And I'm pretty sure I have some black worsted, and I'm going to make 2 for her. She said the 4-inch, she don't have specific pots yet, so she said just to go with the 4-inch, and she'll find pots to fit the 4-inch. So I'm really excited. When people actually get excited for something, and she got excited for it, it excites me. So, yay. All right. Yeah, that was enough rambling, but Vertices Unite, woo! It is Thursday, April 29th. I've been working on this order and I have permission from the person to show their yarn. This order, and it's not the person's fault whatsoever, I guess I didn't realize how much thicker this hawthorn fingering was, but this is an order I cranked. Oh, I should have brought sock blockers up. Dang it. Okay, but I want to show you guys because it's quite interesting. So this is all Knit Picks yarn. I'm going to show you first the stroll fingering because I crank stroll fingering on my machine all the time. No problem, right? Oh, I lied. It's not all Knit Picks. 3 are Knit Picks. 1 is a yarn I've never used before, and that was exciting to do that. Stroll fingering, perfectly fine. Worked out great. This is Koi Pond. And so these were a cuff with an 8-inch leg, a heel, and then I cranked the rest of the tube. This was really pretty. This is really, really pretty. So there's the heels and then the cuffs. The only thing, I've not mentioned this and I probably should, I don't weave in the end because I would rather have the customer weave in their own end to their specification, but it is secure. Like this is not coming undone. It's secure. But I just never prefaced that before, I guess. So I want to get these in the mail today. This is why I'm like, I need to show these. Okay. So I've cranked stroll fingering before. That's really pretty. I love the name of it is like perfect, Koi Pond. So the other one, Hawthorn. I may have knit with Hawthorn before. I can't even recall. First off, this one cranked, it was a little harder to crank on my machine, but it was not like the other one. Whew. So these are called Specimen with a number. So on the inside of the tag, I wrote what it was so I would remember. This is yellow/brown. And because they're not, oh, one is actually called Sock Club. I didn't even know they did that. Okay, Hawthorn Fingering Sock Club 2018 number 1. And this one's really cool looking. It gave me a little bit of issues, but not like the other one. So these pulled really, really fun. Look how crazy this one pulled this way and this one did this. I don't know why. I didn't change the tension on my machine. That's just what happened. So this yarn is a little bit thicker. The Knit Picks Hawthorn is an 80% superwash fine Highland wool, 20% pollen made. 357 yards. So it's less yardage also. So it's thicker. It's definitely thicker. That was the problem. So I did have to adjust my tension a little bit so it would go through my machine a little easier. But my goodness, this other one, I restarted it like 4 times. And it's okay. It's fine. I just need to remember to adjust my machine a little. And in my ribber, that's where I kept having the issues. I didn't want to like mess with my ribber too much because the timing was really good on it. But I think if I crank any thicker yarns, so I've noticed the Amazon guys there. I've noticed this is definitely just thicker in general, which I didn't pay enough attention to the tag. But Patton's Croy is also thicker, and I've noticed that any yarns that are a darker color seem to be thicker. Is that weird? I'm not quite sure if that's true or not. This one gave me so much trouble, but it's really pretty. This was called Specimen 1806.01. And this one pulled funny too. Isn't that crazy? And I did adjust my tension for this yarn 1 click to make the stitches a little bit longer because it was not going through, it was not agreeing with my machine. But I love it. And both socks were the same tension. I didn't adjust it between socks. So I don't understand why it ends up pulling like that. Maybe because of where you start your yarn. I don't know. But these turned out really cool looking. They're like blippies of rainbows. Okay. This last yarn I've never used before. I've heard of them. Leading Men Fiber Arts and Center Stage for Color. I think they're out west or Midwest. This is their Showstopper base, fingering weight, 463 yards. It's a 75-25, and this was called Punk Rock Highlights. Now this cranked through my machine without adjusting my tension and was fine also. And this is so bright. Oh my gosh, it's gonna probably blow out the camera. Ready? Whoa. Isn't that insane? It's like neon. It's definitely, it's not even showing the color on camera as well as I would hope it would. That's probably more like what it is. I just had to show you guys this before I boxed it up. I have to go wrap it in my tissue paper and put labels on it and yeah, do the whole thing. I got a bunch of boxes last time from USPS. Get a medium box to put these in, but box, oh, almost finished sucks. Today is the last day of April 2021. It is April 30th and it's a Friday. So, remember how I have talked to you guys about I want to help support businesses? Well, Theresa from Pretty Twisted Yarns, her and I have talked. She was actually on one of my lives one day. She is a self-striping dyer, and I wanted to, well, she reached out to me and took me up on my offer. So I was like, this is awesome. I haven't done this. And then I was like, oh, how am I gonna crank samples and not have it curl on the end? So her and I have had lengthy, not super lengthy discussions, but we've had discussions. I had to close my curtain, and my curtain is red, so I apologize if there's a red glow coming in. This is where the light comes in the afternoon, or like, it's 5 o'clock now, 6 o'clock. This is where the light comes in. I apologize. But I will end up showing these again when I crank them. And I'm hoping, and I'm sure Theresa will be okay with this, that we will do another live and show off her samples. So Pretty Twisted Yarns, I'll link everything down below. And she was so gracious to give my channel a coupon code. I've never had a coupon code. This is so cool. It's so exciting. It is 20% off. 20%. I feel like that is a pretty big number. Like 20% off. Like you get 10% off, but 20. So I will also put the code for that. She is on Etsy, so that'll be down below. A Lefty Knitter 20. And yeah, you can get 20% off. She told me it doesn't even expire, which I think is kind of crazy, but you know, things could change in the future. Stuff happens, etc. La-da-da, you know, but I will make sure I let her know that I will be telling everybody about the coupon code in tomorrow's upload. So let's get to the yarns. So John and I went out for lunch today. You know, working from home does have its perks and certain things. So I told him, I was like, man, I miss riding the motorcycle. And with Hayes being, you know, like she can't go. She's just not big enough. When she's old enough. Then I'm still not even sure I'm ready. But I was like, let's go to lunch. Let's take the bike. And it's really, really windy today, but the sun was out and it was actually really nice and we weren't going too far. So I was like, let's stop by the P.O. box and let's pick up my package. And so, oh, crinkly, I'm sorry. So I actually had ordered a skein from her also because why not, right? So I got, oh, it's gonna crinkle, I'm sorry. Okay, some tea. John's like, what is it with you guys and tea? You guys, what do you mean? People drink tea. Okay, Pretty Twisted Yarns. So, I'll show you the one I ordered first. The one I ordered is called Beach Ball Bash. And she even does the gobstopper part. Like, this is so cool. I'm so excited. It is a high twist BFL, which is another thing. I was like, oh, what base do I... She asked about bases, and I was like, oh, BFL, that would be cool. So this is Endure 80/20 high twist BFL nylon, 400 yards for 100 grams, and it's a 2-ply. So exciting. 2-plies sometimes are a little weird on my machine, but this is a higher twist, and it's not as loose as some of the Zauber balls are really loose, and I tried doing another one, and that one didn't want to like cooperate well with me either. I'm sure this will be fine. John's, I didn't even say. I feel like I should let him do. She made him a color called Johnny Bo Dies, and it's on the glitz base, and it's a 75/25, so it's got Stellina in it. You know how John loves his blue. And she called him like a silver fox, and I thought that was like the coolest. He is like a silver fox, and he loves blue, and his eyes are like super blue. This is the yarn that was holding the tag on, so just ignore that. But that is so cool. Oh my god. And it is glittery. That's so crazy how it looks like even the glittery parts took the dye. I don't think I've noticed that in the Stellina that we have dyed before. Okay, and ready for this? Look at these samples. Look at these little mini balls, because I told her I didn't need a whole skein. That's insane. There's 8 of them. So I will make sure that these get shown also when, and she'll have to tell me the colors, so maybe when we do the live, we can go over which color is what. They're so cool. They're so fun. It's like having like this beautiful bag of candy. Oh, I should show you. I get my second shot tomorrow, so that's why I'm recording now, and like people are out of the house, so that's even more awesome. Let me show you my progress on my Vertices Unite. I am more than half, I guess I shouldn't say halfway through the first section because, sorry, whoa. The sections it's getting wider, so it's gonna take me even longer, but I am row-wise 50% done, a little more than 50% done. This is the front side. Now, granted, I messed up a few times because you're doing like a slippy stitchy part on the edge, and you see I messed that up, and I did it again. I was doing so good, like you can see it on my shirt really well. I was doing so good until there. It is potato chippy, but you get to that last stitch and I'm just like, knit, slip. I have corrected myself a few times, but then I've already gotten to the next row or two, and then I noticed it and I'm like, I'm not going back. Because this is all going to be bordered by other pieces. If you know the shawl, it has pieces all connected like a puzzle. So I'm not fixing that. Yeah. All right. It's Friday. I've had a really good day. We had a Zoom work party, and I won a bingo. I don't know what I'm going to win, but I won a bingo. I don't care if I win anything. It was just fun being able to see people that I don't always get to see, well, that I don't ever see, because, you know, we're not in office, but people that I don't normally talk to on Zoom calls that I work with. So I don't always have to talk to everybody, but sorry, it keeps changing color. It gets like yellowy and then red, depending, like my curtains. All right, I'll probably wrap up tomorrow's little video. Very short, probably. I say that and then I'll probably talk for like 12 minutes. I don't know. There's Johnny Bo. Wow, my hair looks crazy. Whatever. It is Saturday, May 1st. It's May. And it's Sheep and Wool weekend. I'm so sad that it's virtual, but I don't know if I would have went if it was in person anyway. So, yeah, got my second shot. Hello, Toothless. Show them your nice smile. We lost another tooth.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama, Country Rose.
I'm gonna go sit here and
Pet Pod. Okay, so I have nothing to show you updated wise. John's gonna go soak some hanks. I'm gonna go hang out with a few of my knitting girls that we would have hung out at Sheep and Wool at one of their houses, socially distancing, masking, etc. It might be outside. I think it's gonna be outside. So I gotta put this all together and get it up on the YouTubes.
You know who else you usually hang out with on Sheep and Wool Day?
You.
It's okay. It's alright. I'll be okay.
I'm gonna be back, and we have a party tonight. So, just saying.
A party.
We're partying. We're partying on Zoom.
Yeah.
All right, and that's about it. That's it. That's all I got. I may or may not make some virtual purchases. I have a few things already favorited, so I always buy something almost every time from Knitty and Color, so I think I might have to purchase something from her. And then I like buying soap, and I'm running out of patchouli soap.
God damn it.
John hates this so much.
Yeah, you smell like a hairy freaking hippie.
A hairy hippie.
Yeah.
I think you're just being very negative.
I think you need to do LSD with me.
I don't want to do it. Just because I like patchouli does not mean you're a hippie, does not mean you do LSD, and blah, 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 yada.
Patchouli was designed to mask the scent from dead bodies. That's what it was designed for.
Okay, and that has nothing to do with hippies. Or LSD.
You've never decomposed dead bodies while doing LSD? But you have not lived, ma'am. So she's like, hey, man, this very powerful scent
it's not
that was designed to mask the smell of decomposing bodies in my basement. I kind of like that. Maybe I'll get it in a soap and a cream and an oil and a spritz and every other kind of thing that you could put patchouli in, and I will spray it in my hairy armpits because I'm a dirty hippie.
I like to burn the incense too that smells like patchouli.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. As if like our house literally smells like Nag Champa right now.
No, it doesn't. I haven't burned any in a while.
You should just go grab your Birkenstocks and go plant some basil or something.
I planted my basil this morning.
I'm just kidding. I've grown fond of it.
Have you though?
Hmm?
Have you though?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't smell like either patchouli or green pepper toots, then I don't know who the hell I
married.
Green peppers make my wife musical.
Thanks for just putting my business out there, babe.
No problem, man. Hey, man. Everybody toots.
Everybody toots.
Some
what makes you toot?
What makes you toot? Dude, we should kill YouTube and start a thing called YouTube.
Okay, we gotta go. This is enough. All right. Watch it for John having a video this weekend because he's finally gonna have one.
Let's see if we can play with some blues. Let's make some mermaid shit.
Knit happy.
Mermaid.